Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Lore podcast, the podcast where we spread love through sharing our stories and life lore. So, as you can see here, we are joined with another beautiful, amazing, special guest. And some of you might already know her if you went to our high school, but this is Hilary.
Hello, my name is Hilary. I am a classical and collaborative pianist. I've been studying at UBC Music for the last 4 years, and I'm graduating now. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm hoping to build a career with the skills that I've learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazing. She actually, as we're recording this, it is April 30th, and she just had her final recital.
Yes.
5 days ago.
Yeah.
And I came. I was so lucky to even just see you play. And just for some history, we went to the same high school, and in choir, she was our main pianist. And I never got to really talk to her that much because she was always on the piano, and we never had classes together either. So this is really the first time we're ever really talking this close.
Yeah.
So this episode is you getting to know her, but also me getting to know her for the first time. This is lots of fun. But thank you so much for being here. You are so talented. In this episode, we're going to be talking all about her piano journey. And as a, former pianist, I guess myself, who also took lessons under Royal Conservatory, I feel like I can relate to you in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. But you have gone way above and beyond I could ever have done. So this is going to be such an amazing interview with you.
I started piano when I was 4. My mom put me into Tommy group lessons. Mm-hmm. So I remember vaguely these just lines of pianos, and I'd be there with my mom, and I remember crying in that class. I remember not enjoying it very much. But I was the type of kid that my mom would put me through anything, and I'd just be like, okay, and I'd see it as a challenge. I'd be like, okay, I'll just try it and do my best. So I think I took group classes for about 2 years, and then I started private lessons when I was 6.
Did your parents play piano?
My mom played piano up to maybe RCM 2. Mm-hmm. That was about it. So really, not much experience compared to me.
And for those who don't know what RCM is, do you mind explaining?
It's the Royal Conservatory of Music. It's the general, program or curriculum that we use in Canada. Mm-hmm. I think maybe the States. There's a lot of different programs out there. There's ABRSM, there's Suzuki, but for Canada, RCM is what we usually use. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a curriculum. It's very structured. It's like elementary school curriculum, but for piano. And there's different levels. I believe it's level 10 is the last one.
Level 10, and then you have the diplomas. You got ARCT, which is Associate Diploma in Performance. There's LRCM as well. I don't remember what it stands for. But.
Yeah, and you completed basically all of that, didn't you?
I went up to ARCT. I haven't done LRCM yet.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but amazing.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah, and you learn a lot of theory, scales, just a lot of basic foundations for piano. And yeah, it's very popular. I personally was doing it until level 5. But yeah, so cool that your mom also had some piano background. So you were just doing lessons, and then eventually it just got more structured as you got older.
Well, here's the thing. I got up to level 10 and I quit.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I quit. Well, how old was I? 14? Mm-hmm. I quit level 10 after I did my level 10 piano exam. Because I think what happened was I burnt out. Mm-hmm. And I also was under so much pressure, I think, because it was always you got to do exams, you got to practice. And, as a child, we all hate practicing. Mm-hmm. Just no. And we didn't have the time. When you're in high school, too, you have so much homework and so many other responsibilities that's pulling you left and right. I also had other extracurriculars. Mm-hmm. So then I really didn't have that much time to practice anyway. And then I hated having to always practice. I just burnt out. So I quit when I was level 10. Mm-hmm. That was when I was 14. The only reason I got back into it is because of how much I love playing for choir.
Really?
Yes. And my mom too. My mom at some point, she was like, I think you should go get your ARCT. And I was like, oh no, not again. I don't want to do it again. But then I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. I can relate to you so much. That's exactly why I quit in level 5. Because
you know what? No, I also almost quit in level 5.
really, I guess level 5 is just cursed, guys.
No. Actually, that is the timeline. Is level 5 was when I wanted to quit. And my mom was like, no, you can keep going. So I was like, fine, I'll keep going. And I got to level 10 and then I did quit.
Wow.
And then I was like, you can do ARCT. I was like, okay.
Slowly pushing you forward.
Yeah.
Props to you, though, for making it that far, because that's insane. But yeah, I totally get you. It gets really draining. And especially when you're put under exams and stuff, it starts to become a chore instead of something you like to do, right?
Yeah.
So it was always piano. There weren't other musical instruments in mind.
I mean, I have a ukulele at home. There was maybe a couple months where I was obsessed with the ukulele. I think playing harp was always a dream.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's so pretty to play the harp, but then you get calluses, and I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. But so yes, piano was always just the instrument I did, and I didn't do anything else.
Yeah. Did you have like a moment growing up when you were playing that this is what I really like to do? This is my thing. This is my passion.
Solo piano-wise, actually, I do love it, but that's not where the passion started. The passion was when I was playing for choir in elementary school. And I had this moment where we were in rehearsal. I don't know what it is. I vaguely remember. All I remember was just feeling this immense joy. And I couldn't find that kind of joy anywhere else. It just like, whether it was with hanging out with friends or like solo piano or whatever, I couldn't replicate that kind of joy I felt playing for choirs.
Yeah.
And so that to me, I felt like this is my purpose. This is my passion.
So pretty. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. Like when you find your thing, you really feel it, don't you? So when you were doing your Royal Conservatory lessons, you had, I'm assuming you had one teacher. You saw them, I guess, like once a week. What was the lesson structure like for you?
Yeah, it was once a week. I had a private teacher up from level whatever to 10. I think I remember it was always technique, so scales. And then my piano teacher at the time, she always had us have a huge Churney book. And that would be our like technical exercises. So I was always assigned at least a piece or two from that book. And then after Churney, it would be RCM study repertoire and then 4-star ear training, sight reading.
So many
that
things.
Stuff, yeah.
I remember 4-star. I did not like 4-star.
We don't like sight reading.
We don't. There's a lot of theory that goes behind just playing. It's not just learning songs, right? You have to learn a lot of other things.
Oh, yes.
So moving on to high school now. So in high school, what level were you for piano?
I finished level 10 when I was 14, so that was grade 9. So I was like grade 9, 10 by the time I was high school.
So for school choir, how did you enjoy that? Like playing for us? And I was always curious because you were never singing with us and you were always playing. So did you ever feel left out? Did you ever feel kind of sad, or did you always feel happy to play for us?
I did not feel like I was excluded or left out. I was very happy to be playing for choirs. There's this joy of just being able to support you guys on stage.
Yeah.
I don't care that I'm in the background. Actually, have me in the background. I can make mistakes and you guys can cover me. But it's this joy of being able to help the choir, help the conductor just create the vision or create the music that you want to express to the audience.
Yeah.
The fact that I can just be on stage and support that,
Yeah.
that just means everything to me.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like
Yeah.
you're actually creating the song. It's like without you, the song wouldn't even be there, you know?
Yeah.
I really appreciate that perspective. I never looked at it that way. That's so amazing. So you never did feel left out. You never did
No, if anything,
Yeah.
I was more busy. I had
Yeah.
more practicing to do.
So
Most of you guys probably didn't practice at home. I had to practice
we did
at
not
home.
practice at home. So you were learning songs for choir, but also doing your own stuff, right? And how was that to balance those two?
By that point, because I had quit solo piano, I was only doing choir and piano for choir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too difficult to balance because you were just learning the choir pieces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any favorites from high school? Do you remember?
Lunar
any?
Lullaby.
Aw, and which choir did that? Because I didn't remember.
Chamber choir, we did Lunar Lullaby. The chamber choir this year just did it again So I got to replay it because I've been called back
Oh, you have?
almost every year to play for them again. Lunar Lullaby, Oh Love, if anybody remembers Oh Love. For singing, the one that stands out to me the most is When the Earth Stands Still.
Aww.
That was also in chamber choir. For grade 9, Tuka Pamoja. That was a huge highlight for me, that piece, because it's all about we are one. It's so meaningful. It's such a timeless piece, and
also just feeling the meaning behind it also makes you more inspired and passionate to play the songs, right? Really nice that they kept calling you back. So even this year, you were still playing for them?
This past December, chamber choir, or the choir program itself, they had a concert, and then Ms. Reimer, our conductor.
Right?
Yes, yeah. Ms. Reimer took a year of leave, I think the year before, and then she just returned this past year. So then, I got called back, got to play their concert, played all day, 4 concerts.
Yeah.
But it was very fun. And Killarney, I don't know what Ms. Reimer does to the kids, but they're so kind. Aww. They're so respectful.
Yeah.
They just kept saying thank you. They've got so much good energy. I have to show you videos later.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Please do. As a pianist yourself, I feel like you definitely deserve all the respect in the world.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that you're still playing for them and still going back to high school to help out. And that just shows that you were, destined to do this and that you were always meant to play for us. And they trusted you and they still continue to trust you with their songs. And
it's an honor to just be able to come back and just give back.
Right? I always would see you just playing and you were always playing so passionately. And I just remember always admiring you, just always admiring the way you play. Of course. If y'all ever see her play, like, she's amazing. She's amazing. Like, she was born for the piano. How is that like, though, in high school, also balancing schoolwork? Because I know you touched on the difficulties of balancing schoolwork and the burnout. So how did you manage?
I don't think I managed it very well. Yeah. And my time management is not that good. But I made the time, especially because choir was so important to me. Yeah. I mean, that is my favorite memory from high school, for sure. Choir was everything to me at that time. So, I mean, I always made time to make sure I was ready for rehearsal, to do my best, and then, but I mean, most of my time was on schoolwork and all my other extracurriculars, and then maybe I'd find, 1 hour every day and prep for rehearsal and things like that.
There was a little practice room, though, in the choir room, right?
Were you always there?
It's like a tiny room.
Yes, that I didn't spend that much time in those practice rooms until I think maybe the last 2 years of high school. Because then that was when I was getting back into doing RCM.
Right.
And then Reimer gave me the space to just practice whenever I needed it.
I feel like I remember that, very briefly. I just remember her saying that you were practicing for an exam and you were in there. And I remember that so vividly. But yeah, always working so hard. Did you ever get the chance to actually sing?
I did. When we did chamber choir, and if we had a cappella pieces, then I would join them on stage.
And a cappella doesn't require any. It's just pure voice, isn't it?
It's just voice.
Yeah. I also respect that, having to balance so many things. I also remember, were you also in dance as well?
Yeah. I had a lot of extracurriculars. I had Chinese school. I had dance. Dance was another huge passion of mine. I'm really glad I left it as a hobby, though. I did dance. I did tap. For a long time too. I did tap for 10 years.
Wow.
I think it was 9th grade when I was with the Landing Dance Company, and I competed with them for a year. I was on their tap competitive team.
Wow.
And then I took classes from there for about 2 years, and then I stopped.
So it was competitive as well.
Wow. But just for a year.
Speaking of competitiveness and stuff, for your piano lessons, because you have exams at every level, how are they like for you?
Very nerve-wracking. I think because at the time I also didn't have that much of a performance career and didn't really, not to the extent that I do now. So at that time, was not used to performing, was not used to, you'd have a lot of nerves and anxiety leading up to the exam, for sure.
So at what point in your piano journey did you start taking it more seriously and like performing and doing very formal recitals and it started to feel a lot more like professional?
If we're talking about like my legit career, that probably started around the time I started university. That was when I was really serious about finding opportunities, but not as a solo performer, as like a collaborative pianist. But taking my piano seriously would be around like grade 10 ish, grade 10ish, grade 11ish. That's when I started getting back into RCM. Like I said, when I was like, okay, I want to complete my ARCT. I just want to actually finish it. I started it. I got to, get it done. Actually, what also started it for me was Ms. Reimer, our choir director, Ms. Reimer. She was like, you love piano so much, you should consider, a degree in collaborative piano. And I was like, collaborative piano? What is that? Huh? You can go to school for music? Wait a minute. So then I started looking into it, and then that's when I think I really took it seriously. It's like, this is what I want.
That's amazing. And you already knew from that point that this was your thing, right? Yeah. So speaking of going into post-secondary, did you ever imagine yourself going to school for music, or did you have other degrees in mind? Because I know like there's a lot of traditional routes you could have gone down.
Yeah. No, I did not think I was going to end up in music. Because, I took accounting courses. I took economics. I was ready to go into business and do accounting. I took science courses. I was thinking about science too. I was thinking of all like the, very academic degrees to go into post-secondary. And then I think especially during grade 12, I was like, I can't do business. I am not a business person. I can't. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah.
But I still applied. I applied to BD at SFU, and I did get it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I could have gone to business school. But just, no, I can't. I don't want to write papers and do all those things. Yeah. And I just couldn't imagine myself sitting in a science classroom or a math class or business class. I just could not imagine I'd be able to focus and have the motivation to do it. So that's why I wanted to do music.
I think you made the right choice as well. And it's hard, like, making that choice, too, because taking music is not, your traditional route either. Were your parents also super supportive about this? Or even for yourself, like, how was that making that choice mentally for you?
At the beginning, no, my parents were not supportive. There were definitely a lot of fights at the beginning because their biggest concern is obviously financial stability. It's pretty known, music career, it's hard to have financial stability in this industry, not unless you like teach music. So they were very worried for me, which is very understandable, but I fought so hard to have their approval to apply because I was like, I don't want to go through life regretting not trying and not knowing what it
I'm getting emotional. Oh, that's so beautiful. The fact that you fought so hard. Oh, that's so beautiful.
That was a year. Yeah, because the word university applications was just like a trauma response. Like, it was just so triggering. It's like, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
But again, I'm glad that you still at the end made it through. And I definitely think it was meant for you. At the end of the day, if your heart is telling you to do something, you have to follow that. Otherwise, you would be so sad. You could have not even done your final recital if you took sciences or business.
Right, I wouldn't be here right now if I had gone to business.
Thank you for touching on that. Hopefully that this can reach out to other people that are probably going through the same thing, like debating on going into music for school. If you're thinking of doing music, she's living proof that it is possible.
Just do it. Because you live a long life. You can go get a second degree, a third degree, a fourth degree afterwards. You can transfer majors if you really want to. So you might as well try when you have the time.
I think we were still on the topic of like getting more professional. So it kind of aligned with your university timeline, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you teach? I feel like did you teach students as well?
I taught I worked at the Arts Conservatory for 2 years. That was grade 12. So 2021, September 2021 to 2023. I taught for 2 years at that studio. I started to take my professional career seriously because, again, I'm coming to university for music. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But we still got to make a living out of this.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to graduate. Because, like, if you look at Waterloo or, like, other, programs, they've got co-op or they've got, opportunities to get onto the real world. Music, not that much. You got to create your own opportunities. Yeah. So then I was like, I need to do whatever I can to build my career during these 4 years. So I actually thought a lot about my professional career and did my best to network. And so I taught for 2 years, and then I quit. I quit because, sadly to say, teaching is not my biggest passion. I like working with people. Teaching people is something else. I definitely enjoy, like, teaching students. I've had good moments. But there's just, again, something about collaborating, something about working with people that's what fills my cup, not drains me. Teaching does suck out a lot of energy because you've got to initiate lessons, you've got to
plan them.
Yeah. Like, I'm not the type of person to initiate things as much, so having to always be the person to talk and initiate and make things move during lessons, I think that's what's draining. Oh, if you're my boss watching this, I love teaching too. I do love teaching in a way, for sure, and I do value my students a lot. I mean, they've also taught me things. Teaching has also taught me a lot.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I bet.
I stopped teaching after those 2 years because there were collaborative opportunities that I would get, but I'd have to turn them down because I had to teach.
Aww.
And I was really bothered by that. So then I was like, okay, I want to not teach. And also school was just, there's so much going on at school.
Right.
I was getting so burnt out. So then I was like, no. Okay, I need to at least stop, focus on school. Because that's the main thing. You got to make sure we graduate here.
Yeah.
Focus on school. And then let's see how many opportunities I can get as a collaborative pianist. Let's see how we can build my career. Because if by the time I graduate and this is not working out, I might actually need to switch careers.
Yeah.
Right? I can't make a living if it's not working.
The thing you love about piano is being told what to do and, like, being able to actually create the music for the main piece, like the ensemble, the choir, right? So not actually teaching it. I think that's how you really know what you aligned with the most in this industry.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, just following what you really want to do and just knowing that teaching is not what I wanted to do and sticking to what you liked. And I still think it's so powerful that you really enjoyed creating with the main piece, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's so beautiful.
I did actually, during that time, I definitely started to really second guess choosing piano as a career. Those first couple of years, trying to get opportunities, I think I had, like, so many phone interviews of, like, oh yeah, we're looking for a pianist for our studio, or looking for a pianist for a singer, and I would do those interviews and it would sound really good. Yeah, we'll call you back, right? And then they never do. That happens several times, and it's really discouraging when that happens. And I'm thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? Is this not working out?
But they reached out first, didn't they? Or
no, I think sometimes a few of them, they were like, they're looking for pianists. They'll send posts to UBC Music, like the office, and then the office will forward it to us.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, opportunity? Yeah. Yes, let me just put my name in, send them my resume. Hey, I'm looking for work.
Yeah. So when you got into university, what were the courses like first year, second year? And give us a timeline of what exactly you learned. Were you practicing pieces? Were you learning theory? What were your lectures like? Maybe for people that are also going into music, what they can expect. So yeah.
Sure. especially for a performance student, your course load, let's say, okay, more academic courses and more performance courses, okay? Because this is going to scare you. We had 7 courses.
What?
A year. Like, it would... So, actually, no, 7 courses per term, at least.
Per term. Wow. What were these courses like? What were you doing?
Because what happens is, I know most degrees, you guys usually have, like, 15 credits per term, 4 or 5 courses per term, 3, 4, 5.
I'd say average is 3 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what would happen is our more quote unquote academic courses, let's say oral skills, music theory, music history. Those are like sit down lectures. You take notes. There's exams, midterms, essays, whatnot. We also had electives we had to do. Whether it be music or non-music electives, so like English, literature requirement, at least for UBC. So that would be like, 3 to 4 courses? And that would happen in the mornings. This is first year. First year schedules were rough, by the way. First year has the roughest schedules.
Yeah.
That would be like your guys' normal course load. And then you guys usually have the rest of the time on your own time to study, to do whatever else you guys need to do, right? The rest of our time is practicing. And then come the performance courses. Your lessons, chamber coachings, if you're in any ensembles, large ensembles, small ensemble, large ensemble is a requirement, at least for first year performance. Piano, for different instruments and for different degrees, it varies. At least for my program, we had to do a large ensemble. So I had to do choir first year, and that rehearsal ran from 5 to 7 every Tuesday to Thursday. In my year, we had 3 piano performance majors. It was me and 2 others. And then there are the rest of the piano students in the general majors degree. And then the cohort really formed, I think, in 3rd year. I think that's where people really start to split off into their different majors and classes. That's where we really stopped seeing people. 1st and 2nd year, you kind of saw your whole...
Right.
Because music is small. You saw everyone in your year. And you got to know everyone's names. Everybody knows each other. I'd say I think there was probably 60 people in our year total.
Wow. So just to clarify, so you were in the music major, the music program, but you were piano performance major.
There's performance stream and there's general stream.
Okay.
So the general stream, it's still music degree, but you have more non-music electives, less performance courses, and so you have more of the chance to, and you have more music electives too. You just have the option to explore more during your university career of like what you want to do. Performance degree, it's that we have more required performance courses because it's gearing you towards performance. And we would have less electives. Which was what I wanted. I did not want to do electives. I was like, I want to take every opportunity I can to train in piano. So that's why I applied. And I'm very grateful that I got in. Schedule back in 1st year, theory class was maybe at like 8:30 a.m. And we would go till 7 p.m. because we'd have choir rehearsal from 5 to 7.
Oh my gosh. That's a huge commitment. But did you enjoy it overall? How were your thoughts?
I definitely enjoyed those days to some extent. Yeah. There's a reason why I didn't do choral union a 2nd year. It's too tiring when you've been at school since like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And you got to sit through 2 hours of choir rehearsal at 5. And I haven't had dinner yet.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Oh, she's exhausted.
There was a day, I remember it was so funny. I had been in this building, in our music building, for 12 hours, okay? So,
girl, what?
It was raining outside. But in the morning, there was no rain. It was, like, sunny. So, people come in to, choir rehearsal with, like, wet jackets. And I was like, why are you guys all soaking wet? They're like, Hilary, it's been raining all day. I was like, it's been raining all day? How long have you been in this building?
There we go. You just lose track of you literally don't even see the light of day.
Yeah. We also have like not really any windows in the music
You know
building.
what? When I watched your rehearsal, I went downstairs to use the washroom and I noticed like there's no windows.
There's no
there.
windows.
Yeah. It really just traps you in there, doesn't it?
It's a sound related thing. There's a reason why it's built that way.
Mm-hmm. That was a really cool insight. Didn't know that. And thanks for sharing your schedule in first year.
It got better in other years, I promise.
I bet it does. You get more comfortable with it. Also, like, first year, your first time in uni in general, right? Like you're still navigating finishing high school and courses and how to be an almost adult, right? What were the profs like? What were what the community was like?
Professors are great. They're so supportive. They're so kind. They know all of our names. That's the one thing. One of the things I'm going to really miss about undergrad is all my professors. I loved every single one of them. Some of them are hilarious. I'm going to miss their lectures for sure. Yeah. Community. Generally, it's a very supportive community. I was in a studio where my professor really, he really prioritized building community in our studio, supporting each other, going to each other's recitals and performances, practicing with each other, and building friendship within our community. I had a professor that just really prioritized that, and I'm so grateful for that. So I had a really good studio experience. I know some studios out there, not at UBC, maybe at UBC, like just anywhere in general, there are always talks about toxicity and judgment. I'm sure toxic studios exist where people are very critical of each other. But at least from my experience, I had a really good time. I felt like I had a really supportive community. Or at least UBC has a really supportive community for piano.
That's good to know. I feel like also in music, since you guys are a smaller group of people, it's really much more easier to connect with your profs. And I feel like, especially in performance, you have that closer relationship to them too, because they get to see you grow and develop as a pianist. Whereas if you're studying like STEM, it's really passive and you don't really get to, interact with them in on that same level. So yeah, like even when you're learning as a piano student in RCM, you get to form this bond with your teacher too. So it's kind of like that. So yeah, that's one of the beauties about this industry too, is like you get to really form super close bonds with your mentors.
Yes.
And even in your final recital, like I can tell that you and your profs and your mentors have been really close. Were you doing other professional recitals or things outside of university?
Yes and no. For solo, no. For second and third year, I just worked really hard to network. And gain connections. I think it really kick-started this past year, where I started to get job opportunities more than I could handle. Then I started to have to say no to some things. Right now I'm signed with the Richmond Singers. They're a women's choir in Richmond, so that would be a professional gig. I'm also signed with Vancouver Extracurricular Music Society. But that's not really a performance thing. That's actually more of a teaching thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Because right now, in Vancouver, the Vancouver School Board, a long time ago, they kind of pulled music funding for music programs in elementary schools. And so the head of our organization, the VMS, they wanted to basically bring choir back into elementary school, bring band back into elementary school, to bring music education back, because it is an important part of every child's growth. People might not agree, not everyone agrees, but we feel strongly that music should be an important part of a child's life. So that's that organization. That's the mission of that organization, and I'm like fully supportive of that. So I've been signed with them this is my third year. I've done freelance accompanying a little bit. There's been jobs here and there. I can't really remember. I can't list everything. But for sure, there's those professional gigs here and there. I started getting more consistent, I'd say, this year.
I'm glad you had so many things going for you as well. Like you said, it's not the easiest, like finding something to sustain yourself financially in the industry, but I'm glad that you had so many things going for you.
Ms. Reimer bringing me back, that also...
Yeah.
That's one thing. And then, of course, I returned to teaching this past year. I'm signed with Showcase Academy right now. So I've been teaching there, and I hope to re-sign with them.
Yay.
Hopefully. And then, I think the most interesting professionally related thing that I've done is Mr. Urquhart called me back to coach 2 pianists.
Wow. And Mr. Urquhart is our high school strings teacher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were doing Carnival of the Animals by Saint-Jean. I hope that's not how I pronounce that composer's name. Yeah, which is it's such a fun piece. I wish I could play it one day. Yeah. It's 2 pianos plus orchestra, or 2 pianos plus small chamber orchestra. And so he called me in to coach the 2 pianists.
Wow.
For at least 2 sessions. That was a fun experience.
Yes. That's really cool. So yeah, like a lot of opportunities still coming your way. Earlier, you did touch on how you were starting to doubt whether you wanted to do piano as a career. I want to dive more into that actually. So taking lessons for so long, what were the challenges for that in itself too? So like the challenges of the mental in playing piano, like performance and self-doubt and making mistakes, and then also the self-doubt in university when you were getting rejected from all these things, and just like the mental toll that playing so much and making your life devoted to piano can do for someone.
It's definitely really discouraging. I want to say second year especially, it was like a clean performance never happens. And it's so discouraging, it makes you not want to practice. You feel very burnt out. I think that changed when I had a mindset shift with my practice. Because it always goes back to practice, in my opinion, and my prof has shown me that too. Your practice habits and how productive you are with your practice affects your performance. So then I started to make changes in my practice, like fixing mistakes, for example. A lot of people think they're fixing mistakes. Okay, speaking for me, I think I'm fixing my mistakes, but I'm really not. And so if you don't fix your mistakes in practice, it's not magically going to come out, right, in performance. So I had to really, really I had to learn to zone in my practice, like exactly what am I practicing? What am I needing to change? I had to have a mindset shift there. It's kind of difficult to explain in such a short time. There's a lot of truth to when you turn your hobby to a career, it's no longer a hobby. I'd say that's very true, at least for me. Because it is your school, it is your job, it is your career. It's not that fun when you got to make money off of it. At least, for me, from my own experience. So you will never see me play piano if it's not for something, for work, for school. You will never see me play because I need a break. I need to go do something else that actually makes me smile, not stress out. On that note, like, do you play just for fun, or do you learn a piece because you want to, or are you learning pieces just for the sake of, a job or for someone else? During university, yes. It was for the sake of school, for the sake of work. Yeah. But nowadays, would you say you have a better balance with, doing it because you love it? I mean, it's only been 5 days after my recital. That's true. You need time to breathe. I will say, the day after my recital, I was calling my friend, and we were like, we want to practice. All of a sudden, it's like, I already miss undergrad so much. And I'm like, I want to go practice. I want to go, like, what do you mean? I want to start a new rep. Like, there's just the sudden passion of wanting to do that again. Yeah. So maybe it will turn back into being a hobby for the time being. I want to also go back to
when you were getting rejected from the offers or from the things you applied to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you were talking about how discouraging it can get, right? So how did you overcome that?
Prayer.
Yeah.
Hoping in God. Yeah. For me, I just kept putting my trust in the Lord and knowing that He has His timing.
Yeah.
And He would provide opportunities when the time is right. That these opportunities don't work right now because either I'm not ready, it's just not in His will, it's not in His timing. And I accepted that, and I just kept trusting in Him that He would bring opportunities when I was ready. Yeah, when it was His will.
That's
not
amazing.
mine.
Yeah, God is so good. And would you say like He even had a role in your whole journey as a pianist itself?
100%.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Everything, for me now, especially, like, everything comes from God. Also, because opportunities are not stable, that's especially why I have to trust the Lord. Because He will be the one to bring me opportunities.
Yes.
I can do my best and network and be a desperate pianist. Hey, I'm looking for work. Anybody? But at the end of the day, it's really He will provide opportunities when it's time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I definitely, I truly feel like when the opportunities come, I truly feel like it's from Him. There was a day, I think, last summer, in a span of 24 hours, I had 5 different job offers.
Wow.
Freelance. And I was like, okay, God, hold on.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. But I can't do 5 at the same time. Yeah.
But He listened to you, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that you stuck by Him this whole time, because He's so good. He will always provide you whenever He feels it's ready and right for you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that your whole journey was also very spiritually guided from Him as well. Yeah, like putting trust in my faith as well has also been really important in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord.
And then going back to like actual performance stuff, right? So how do you deal with like making mistakes on stage, performance anxiety? How often do you make mistakes on stage?
All the time.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, here's the thing I've learned is those little mistakes is like, that's actually not what matters. Yes, it's discouraging. It's like, oh, it wasn't a clean performance. It wasn't a perfect performance. But that's not what matters. What matters at the end of the day, and you guys don't even notice half of them.
Yeah.
Because what matters is the music, the intentions, the expressions, the phrasing, the musicality. That's what reaches the audience. That's what touches the hearts. And that's what matters. That matters more than little slip-ups and little mistakes, or my finger slipped off the key here, or I had a small memory slip. So actually, if I played something and it didn't touch your heart, that actually would be more discouraging than I had a small memory slip.
It goes so much more deeper than like hitting the wrong note, right? It's if you're actually in the zone, if you're actually playing intentionally, and if you're with the piece, and if you're like one with the piece.
Yeah, then the small mistakes don't matter.
Yeah, they don't matter, and they don't even notice it, right? But
Sometimes you also just can't, like, again, back to practicing. Here's the thing, is small mistakes happen on stage also because of performance stress, performance anxiety. You get nervous. I think, like, even for my grad recital, when I started off the first 2 movements of my sonata, I was very nervous, and that led to slip-ups that never, ever happened. And I was like, why did that happen? And I know it's like, I didn't practice performing enough. Goes back to practice. If you don't practice performing enough, it's something's bound to go wrong when you're performing too. I had another experience I went to a chamber festival in Alaska, Anchorage.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a couple summers ago. And I was playing in a sextet. I had a really difficult part, and I'd play it fine rehearsal. I go up on stage, and my fingers froze. They wouldn't move. And it's like a running passage. And I froze. And I'm like, move! Fingers move! And they wouldn't move. And I was like, what is happening? And then I go back to the practice room. I'm like, I need to work on it. It's fine in the practice room. I go back on stage again. Same thing happens again. And I'm like,
wow.
I can't practice it. I can't fix the issue, because it's fine. It's fine in practice. My technique's fine. I'm playing it fine. It's just something happens in performance when the nerves hit too, and you freeze. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
But just keep going. And so, to me, I think that to me tells me I should have practiced performing it more, putting myself in that nervous situation.
Yes.
But at that point, what can you do?
Yeah, definitely, like, the performance aspect of it is so important for practicing as well.
Yeah, definitely get your friends, make them sit and listen to you play.
Yes.
Thank them for giving you their time. But yes, it is really important as a performer to practice performing. For friends, even setting up a camera and filming yourself, you gotta put yourself in that nervous state.
Yeah.
And practice in that nervous state. Really, practicing in a practice room and performing on stage is two very different environments, and they affect you in different ways, which is why, yeah.
Would you say that was your biggest ever, I guess, performance mistake on stage?
Oh, that's not my biggest one.
Really?
The worst one, I'd say, was my UBC audition.
Really?
Oh, when I was in grade 12.
Yeah.
You want to know what happened?
Please share.
What happened was I was doing my UBC undergrad audition, and I was doing the second movement of my sonata, and I got somewhere in that second movement, I had a memory slip. I stopped playing. I couldn't go on. I turned to the jury, sitting in the audience, and I go, "I'm so sorry, I forgot." And I turn back and I start from the beginning. I cried after audition. I was like, there's no way I'm getting it. That was so bad.
But you still made it.
I still made it. I truly think I made it because of what I wrote in my application, and they saw, I guess, either my potential or how much, or my intentions, or why I was doing this program. Not because I think piano's fun, but because I really had a passion, and I had, what's the word? There's something I wanted to pursue. Yeah.
I think that's such a powerful message to say too. Like, it doesn't matter not even the on stage, but like that mess up, the way that you are passionate about it in your application defines you as a person so much more. It's also the character who's playing, right?
Yeah. Which is also why I advise people who do auditions, again, they're not looking for perfection, they're looking for potential.
Yeah. And character. And
if I messed up that bad, you're fine.
Yeah. And like, it's the way you handle yourself after. So did you literally just restart the whole piece? Yeah.
Yes.
And you played it through successfully, I assume, right? The second time around. Okay, amazing. She got back up and redid it. Yeah, just overall, like, mess ups happen, but that's just part of it. And also, I just learned now that there's so much more than just a simple note slip. It's about making sure you're connected with the song itself and the environment and the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Since we're still on the topic of recitals, I want to talk about how exactly you plan them. So how do you choose your songs? Any rituals you do before going on stage, and just like the whole logistics and things people don't see behind the stage.
Yeah. So for solo recital this big and this grand, at least, so the prep started last year. After my third year recital, then I would either email my professor, or we'd have like an in-person session. I would come up with pieces that I want to play or interested in. He would come up with some recommendations, because you kind of have to vary the level. You can't have so much rep that's so dense, because then there's too much quantity and not enough quality. You gotta balance. I think even first year, my prof just gave me a bunch of recommendations, and I picked off of his recommendations. So picking my recital rep went between me and my prof. It was a big discussion. For this grad recital, I definitely wanted to do pieces from my favorite composer, Ravel. And I love painting pictures with my music. It's just something, I think from the feedback that I've gotten, it seems like everybody really, really liked my second last piece, the list, the fountains. So I love painting pictures with my sound. I think that is where, I guess, it seems like that's where my specialty is. So I had a lot of works in that area for this coming recital, and then generally you should, at least for undergraduate, you should have a sonata, a classical sonata, to showcase your technique and everything. So it was a balance of what I wanted to do and what, you know, would meet the requirements. For prep, during the year I was learning my repertoire, but I was also balancing like other things on top of my solo recital, because I had my vocalist recital, and we did 2 this year. We did a 45-minute one in first term and a 1-hour one in second. Well, I didn't play everything, but so there was a lot of playing for my vocalist. I had my violinist friend as well. I had chamber. I had another 2 chamber classes. I was playing a lot this year, so I had a lot to balance. But then there was definitely some moments this past year where I was like really worried that I wouldn't be ready. But I got things ready. By the 2-week mark, I think I had everything generally ready to go. I think it's better. The general rule is you want to have your rep ready to perform maybe 3-4 weeks before the performance date, because you need, again, time to practice performing. I think I made the 2-week mark. And then I think 7 days before my recital, I ran my repertoire every day, like a mock recital, practicing, performing. I performed for people. I recorded myself, just forced myself to just get through the hour, no stopping. That's the prep that I do before my recital. The night before, I do panic practice. You are not supposed to do that. Don't panic practice. But it's a really bad habit that I have. I always panic practice the night before any recital, gig, whatever. It's not a good habit. I really need to stop. But generally, what you should do is slow practice the day before. Like, go through things slowly. Because, like, you should just trust that you have everything. You're ready to go. I just don't. I panic.
Is it kind of like last minute? Is it kind of like last minute study cramming? Would you say that's the equivalent?
You know what? Both this performance, this recital, and like another previous recital that I did the night before, or there was one that was even worse. I think I was playing at a divisional recital, and I found a mistake, or my prof found a mistake. I was in lesson. He found a mistake that I was making 2 hours before. I had to make the switch, and I had to keep that in my memory because I didn't have my score with me. And then for my grad recital, I found a mistake in my chamber piece that I was making all this time. The night before. Oh no.
Okay, wow. So like a lot of prep work. So you have to start planning in advance very, very early on. A lot of practice as well.
Yeah.
And how many times a week do you practice? How many times a day do you practice?
Here's the thing. People ask me that all the time. How many hours do you practice? It depends on how I feel. It depends on if I have time. Which is not good also. I'm not the best model to look up to. You should be practicing like 3 hours a day. I'll practice 3 hours a day if I feel like it, if I've got time. Really, it's like 1 or 2 hours if I can fit it in. 3 hours is definitely ideal. Like I'm sure I've hit like 4 or 5 hours too, but like spread out, not in one session, like spread out through the day. Like I practice a bit in the morning, practice in the afternoon, practice in the evening. So it could go from 30 minutes to 5 hours. Depends. It really depends. Did I answer that question?
You know what? I want to relate to you in a way too, because when I was playing, I would also do the same thing. Like I would practice whenever I didn't have a structure, just whenever I felt like it. But I also just loved doing it so much, and I loved learning all these new songs. What I would do is I would learn. I would like play a song over and over and over again until I was sick of it. But then I realized that no matter how many times I play it, I'm not going to perfect it. I always have to sleep it out, like sleep, and then I will, for some reason, magically just get better at it the next day.
You know what? Chopin actually had a rule. He had a rule for his students: you're not allowed to practice more than 3 hours a day. Chopin said that, and there's a lot of truth to that because it forces you to productively practice. Yeah.
I think you can also tie this into studying too. Like, you can't really just study all day. You have to also take breaks, sleep it out, and then you will be much more stronger the next day. And
It's always good to step back.
Exactly.
And then also the day of the concert, I definitely will warm up run through all my trouble spots that I'm worried about. I think maybe like the minute before I step on stage, I definitely pray. I also I have this habit of just like pulling my arms back and stretching, making sure my posture is good.
Oh yeah, get that posture in.
Yeah.
Speaking of posture, my posture has been so bad in this video. Also, like, a note on the day of, you've performed in many different stages and a lot of different pianos, right? So I wonder, like, if the type of piano affects how you perform, and like having to warm up to a new type of piano each time, and especially a new stage each time.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that's like for you.
It changes your touch. Everything we practice on that, like the 1 or 2 pianos we practice on, your muscle memory remembers that kind of intensity of the pressure you put on the keys.
Right.
If the piano weight is different on the piano performing, you then have to adjust the muscle memory. You can't use your muscle memory anymore. You have to be really intentional about it. Some pianos also, if it's a brighter piano, then I don't have to voice as hard. If the piano's not as bright, if it's got maybe a stronger bass and a weaker upper register, then I have to really work hard in performance to pang out all the top notes, for example. Those are all things you have to think about, worry about, for sure. I've also had issues with like different, like, pianos have different depths of pedal. Some will go down a lot. Some of them don't go down that much.
Yeah, I was always very curious about that because when I did my first recital, I was at my piano teacher's house and her piano was so different compared to mine.
Yeah.
The weight was so much heavier and it really affects you. And also like performance anxiety, like all these things come together. But yeah, thanks for touching on that.
We have to basically be spontaneous.
Yeah.
On the spot. Adjust. It's why our ears are so important too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. What are the greatest things that you've achieved and the greatest experiences you've gotten to have because of this whole journey?
I mean, I'd say my undergrad degree was definitely a huge success.
Yeah, I'd say so too. This is huge, right?
Yeah. I'm graduating. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you haven't even crossed the stage yet. You just finished your final recital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a huge
is a milestone for sure. I think my best or most proud achievements, I guess, would be attending summer festivals. Because they're not like festivals. They're like training camps. I'd like to think of them more that way. The one I went to in Alaska, that was my first ever summer festival, and I really, really enjoyed that. Because it was a chamber festival, and I love collaborating with people. I had the opportunity to play in a sextet, and I was just so happy. Like, when are you ever going to get to play in a sextet?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I had the happiest time of my life. I just had so much fun. And I learned so much from there. I really enjoyed my experience there. Last summer, I went to Orford, which is in Quebec. It was a more solo piano training. I studied with a professor from U Ottawa.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was also a really good experience because I got a performance opportunity. We got to play in an outreach concert. They introduced me in French. I had no idea what they said.
They introduced you in French.
Yeah. But, so some people in Quebec, I played for some people in Quebec and don't know who they are. I probably will never meet them again. But that, it's so cool just to get to play in a different province.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I actually want to say the most memorable performances, again, is not really from solo playing. I mean, my third and fourth year recital, for sure, it's engraved in my memory. I will remember it forever. It was a truly memorable experience, for sure. But the most memorable performances for me are always with choir, Killarney.
I love that.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. And again, like we keep going back to the topic of you really just enjoy being able to create the music with a bigger group of people.
Or with others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just stuck to me so much.
There's just something about playing with others, being able to make music with others together and celebrating that and then sharing that with audiences. It's just, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But that's just, I love it so much.
Beautiful. I'm so moved by it. I can't stop thinking about that. It's just so beautiful, guys. Let's talk about your final recital now. I still can't believe I saw you play. Like, she plays so beautifully, guys. And she was wearing the most beautiful red dress, and the stage was so nice. I took a photo of the piano. It looked really cool. Like, my little picture I took, because I didn't know I could take photos of you, like, actually playing, but it was just
Usually they prohibit, but
yeah. It was just so surreal watching you play, because I haven't seen her play in so long. I felt so moved, even like what you were saying, like the way that you just feel passionate while playing and feeling yourself in the song. I felt that with every single piece.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so like
I'm so grateful you came out.
Oh, of course, anything. Oh
I was so shocked. I was so surprised.
Yeah, no, like I really wanted to see this final milestone. Like when you announced on your Instagram that you were having your final recital, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to hop on this right now. Like, this is crazy, especially because you were a dream guest of mine. Like, I had to watch you. I had to.
Thank you.
It's always, especially because I also play, it's just always that connection too. But yeah, like throughout your whole recital, how are you feeling? Because it was your last one, right? So yeah, just run us down. Like, how are you feeling?
The thing is, for this recital, I was ridiculously calm leading up to it. It was like, what do you mean I'm playing my grad recital tomorrow? Like, that's totally not happening.
Yeah.
I think the morning of, then I started to feel the nerves. Like,
Yeah.
Wait a second. So my grad recital was adjudicated. It's being judged. Like, if I failed this recital, I wouldn't graduate.
Oh, yeah, because it is your final exam, basically, right? Yeah.
My degree is on the line here. So I did feel a little nervous the morning of. Stepping on stage, I was definitely nervous. I was like, oh gosh. Like, I think I started calming down after my second movement of my sonata. So like during the first piece, that's when I started to calm down. It was like maybe like 10, 15 minutes into my recital. And then the rest of my recital, then I was still nervous, but like not nervous. I was more so calm and just happy to play. By that point, you're on stage for like an hour. Eventually, you kind of get used to the nervousness. And then I think I was at my second last piece. I was backstage about to go on, and I was like, wait a minute. Second last piece? What do you mean I'm almost done?
Yeah.
Hold on. I thought I just played for like 15 minutes. What do you mean I'm like halfway through my program?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean I'm done?
Yeah.
And then I finished my recital. I was like, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I was in so much disbelief. I think still today I'm like, I didn't do that. What do you mean? Like that wasn't me. It hasn't hit me still that I've just played a huge recital.
Yeah. Yeah. Even at the final piece, I know you got emotional playing that last one. I got emotional too.
I did that. So I did an encore. You don't have to do an encore for your grad recital, but I chose to. And I specifically picked to do this encore for a specific reason. I picked the piece that my professor assigned to me back in first year. The first piece he assigned to me in my first year, and I wanted to basically give a tribute to that. And there were a lot of meanings behind why I played that too. Not only from my professor, which also, my professor, I didn't expect him to show up because he was technically out of town like a couple days before. So I was really surprised that he was actually in the audience.
First year professor, right?
He's my professor for all years, but he also took a sabbatical. I think this past term, he went on sabbatical, so I was reassigned to a different professor. So I didn't expect but he's technically my professor for all 4 years. Yeah, I just didn't expect him there. So I was really surprised to know that he was actually there, and I was really, really grateful. So that piece was for him. That piece was also for my closest friend at UBC. We both learned that piece in first year. That's so, and we played it for each other, I remember, and we like learned from each other so much. So that piece was also for her, to just kind of walk back, like, hey, we started from first year, look at us, we're both graduating now. So thankful for our friendship, and
Yeah.
and then on top of that, my studio mates, people who we were all under the same professor. Our professor at that time, he made us, he had this thing called practice pods, where every week we had to meet up with a couple people from our studio and play for each other, practice performing, and we'd give each other critiques, or we'd help each other, support each other. So they heard me play this piece a lot.
Yeah.
Back in first year. So again, just kind of bringing them back, like, thank you for being there for me, supporting me ever since first year, which is like 4 years ago. Yeah, I had a lot of meaning held behind it.
Yeah.
So that's why I got emotional.
And it made me so emotional too. It also hit me because this was your final big moment in your university. And even like when you explained the whole history behind, you know, choosing music as a degree, I feel like it all just made it really full circle.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you got to perform it in front of your professor. And I just overall think your recital was so beautiful. Also, shout out to, I forgot their names. It was the flute and violinist.
Oh, Smile Chow and Matea Lee.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. That was amazing. That really was.
Thank you.
And we even got to take some photos outside, and just being in the music building for the first time was really, really cool. Like,
I want to touch on that piece too.
Yeah.
The reason why I also included that trio in my recital, in my grad recital, I also had another reason why. Because, again, we grew up from elementary school. We were all in the same elementary school, and we went to the same high school.
Yeah.
We became friends. I've known Matea and I, we've been friends since like age 9, 10, 8, 9, I don't remember. Too long ago. It's been over 10 years now. So we've been friends for a very long time. And yeah, the fact that we were all from the same elementary school and then all went to the same university, not just the same university, same degree. We might be different instruments, but we're basically doing the same thing.
yeah.
You don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
And so I really, really wanted us to do a piece together and work together for at least a year. We tried to set that up back in my third year, but that didn't, we had a lot of scheduling issues and that didn't work out. So we did that during my last year. We had so much fun. But that was so meaningful because I wanted to basically celebrate our friendship, celebrate collaboration, and the joy and the chaos of playing together. So I really, really wanted that piece on the program, and I'm so glad it worked out.
Yeah. Thank you so much for touching on that. And I'm just excited for you. Did you like celebrate after your recital? Did you celebrate it? Or?
I went out with my professor and one other person from my studio afterwards. We just had a nice dinner and catch up, and then I had a second dinner with my family.
Amazing. What would you say piano means to you now?
Oh, I mean, piano definitely means everything to me. It is my career. It is my passion. What did I write?
Okay.
Yeah, it's my career. It's my job. It might come back to also being a bit of a hobby in terms of solo piano. But, yeah, because I might suddenly be like, oh, I want to learn this piece, and then have my own motivation to learn it. And but definitely piano to me is my career, my job, my passion, my purpose. Collaborating with others is definitely, I feel like, is my purpose. It's also so meaningful. It's my way of expression in a way that words can't.
I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. music's been around for so long, and it's also a universal language, right? People might not speak the same language, but we can still understand each other through music. We play composers from Germany, France, you know, who they wrote music, and we get, as a pianist now in this age, in this time, we are basically the people that take their music, what they've written in the score, and we get to translate that to the audience. That's also a purpose I feel like that I've been given, is to kind of, I don't know the word, but just be that.
Like that vessel too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That vessel. Matea and we've got a Brahms sonata that we've been working on, Brahms Violin Sonata number 2 in A major. It's so beautiful. Little history lesson. Brahms at that time, he loved Clara Schumann. And Clara Schumann was married to Robert Schumann. So we got a little love triangle here, okay? This is a real thing. History is interesting.
Yeah.
But obviously because, he basically, he loved Clara so much, but she was married to Robert. So he had a lot of grief about that. There's a lot of music out there where there's a motif that means Clara, and it's featured in Brahms' Violin Sonata number 2. It goes like Clara. I wish I could play it. I don't really know how to explain it in words. But just being able to now, as that performer, interpret that and then express that grief myself and be able to play that out. That's something really special. It's a privilege to be able to do that.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're telling stories through piano and expression. You might not be verbally saying anything, but the movement, the way it comes out, and the way you've just pour your heart into it, and just telling that story and being that vessel for music and for history, I think that's so beautiful. There's just something so magical about being able to do that. And it definitely is a calling given to very, very certain people. And definitely God's blessing for you as well. What has everything from being a pianist taught you as a person?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's taught me a lot. This degree has taught me a lot. Discipline. There's always, going back to competitiveness, there's always the urge to envy others. But it is so important to focus on your path. Everybody has a different path. God's path for everyone is different. It was, for me, it was a big learning lesson to not look at other people's successes and look down at my own. It's so easy to just look at everybody else who's doing well and like, oh, I'm not doing well. I don't think this is not going well for me. It's like, no. Trust in God's timing. Trust your heart. Look at your own blessings, your own successes. See how far you've come. Focus on your own path. And discipline yourself and work hard on your purpose, on your passions, on what God's calling you to do. You'll find success when you do that.
Yeah. So beautiful again. And God is so good as well.
Yes,
I'm so happy that He's helped you so much through this as well.
Definitely without God, I wouldn't be as, what's the word? Not even stable. Grounded.
Yeah, I feel like, when God calls you to do something, it's whenever you work on it, you're not working on it just for, external matters, but also for Him, because this is what He called you to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I feel when I'm working on my podcast. It's just like working for the Lord,
Yes.
I love it. If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would you tell her?
Growing up, I wasn't Christian. So for me now, faith plays a huge part in my life. I didn't get to know God until maybe 3 years ago. And truly when I got to know the Lord and when I committed my life to Christ, that was, I think, the biggest shift in my mentality. And my mindset became so much more healthier. I was so much more grounded, less stressed about everything, less anxious about everything. Like how I was so worried about opportunities.
Yeah.
The only way to not worry so much is to trust the Lord. Like, and I would say to my younger self, who didn't know God yet, to trust the process. Don't envy others. Don't look at others. And admire everybody else's success and learn from them too. That's also important in growth. Learn from others.
Yeah, I feel like comparison is also such a big factor in your industry and like many others as well. But yeah,
it's everywhere in life. It's so easy to compare yourself to others.
But I feel like when you ground yourself in the Lord and in faith, it really just reassures you and realigns you with what actually matters, which is working for you and working for Him as well.
And pray to that God blesses others too. Like, I'm so happy that He's blessed you with this outlet. And that it's going so well too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to celebrate what He's also given to others as well. Yeah, and like speaking on, your faith, I personally like it only has been really recently that I started, opening my life to Christ. And I feel like I've really changed as a person because of God. And yeah, it is through this outlet that I feel like this is my purpose. I could connect it to you and your journey.
Praise God.
I was not expecting this episode to turn this way, but I feel so happy. I feel so blessed right now.
No, when you sent me that message, I was like, huh?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't expect it at all. And I was just like, wow, God, thank you. Like, now this is just so cool because we get to talk about God. Right?
I love God.
Yes. That He's connected. Like, we're basically sisters in Christ. We get to, reconnect.
Yeah.
After so many years, we've barely talked. This is not a coincidence.
Through God.
Yeah.
Through God. Yeah. And I haven't even, again, like I said, it was only recently where I started to open my life up to Him, and it aligned with me connecting with you and the end of your journey, end of your recital. Guys, I can just talk about this all day. Really. And it's through music as well, being connected through music. Yeah. Guys, I can cry right now. This is amazing. So now we're going to move on to some just fun, chill, closing questions. Just questions I was genuinely curious to ask as you are a pianist. So what is the hardest piece you've ever had to learn?
Chopin Ballade No. 3.
All right.
And I'm sure there's more to come. But for me, during my undergrad, that was probably the hardest piece. I still have yet to play that cleanly in performance.
Really? Okay, so you guys can search that up. What is it called?
Chopin Ballade No. 3 in A flat major.
How about your most favorite piece you've ever learned?
Favorite piece for solo would probably be the Les Jeux what is it called? Les Jeux of la Villa d'Est, something. The one that I performed.
Yeah.
That is probably my most favorite piece right now. It's just so fun and it's so beautiful.
What is your favorite piece to play right now? If it's not that, do you have a favorite one that you like? If you were to pull up on the keyboard right now, what would you play right away?
Ravel Sonatine, the one I did for my encore. Favorite piece that I'd pull up and play right now? It's still Lunar Lullaby. It'll always be Lunar Lullaby.
You gotta play it in a bit when this ends. Most memorable performance?
Again, I'm pulling from choir. I have to say, actually, my most memorable performance might actually be. Sorry, was it favorite or memorable? Memorable. My first performance in a master class was also quite memorable. I did a master class in third year at UBC with Stephen Drury, who's a pianist, and people might not know. He was a guest that UBC brought in. I had so much fun during that master class. I really enjoyed my time on stage. It's definitely scary being critiqued in front of everyone, but I just really enjoyed that experience. Any performance I've had with choir, honestly, would be my most memorable performance.
Tying it back, you always love playing with others.
Yeah.
Are you currently learning anything right now?
Not for myself. For work, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got Richmond singers. Yeah, there's music I have for that. Upcoming, at least for like in a few days. I'm playing for a public voice masterclass.
Okay.
So I've just got some work there that I've got to learn. Matea's recital, which is happening sometime soon.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to do their 3rd-year recital. So we are doing the Brahms Violin Sonata number 2. It's so beautiful. I love it a lot.
Okay.
And then what else is happening? There's one more. Somebody else's recital, some other thing. Yeah, there's just a lot going on.
Yeah. She's still learning. She's still going,
I'm still
guys.
working.
Yeah. How long does it usually take for you to learn a piece?
For jobs, it depends on the level of difficulty, but generally I always ask for 2 weeks in advance. I need at least 2 weeks because I need a week to, as I have very different answers for very different things. I need the first week to learn the music. I need the second week to digest it and internalize it, because when you're collaborating with someone, you can't stare at your score. If you're just if all your attention's in the score, you're not focused on the other performer. You're not focused on the spontaneity of collaboration, being able to adjust. If they make any decisions mid-performance, if you have to be able to adjust immediately, and be able to lock in and kind of and have that chemistry to feel how they feel. What is the word? Anticipate their how their expression, anticipate their musical decisions and what they want to do, and be able to stay with them. That is so important. And so I usually ask for 2 weeks. There's definitely been times when people send me music like 4 or 5 days before.
Also, the chemistry is something that you have to consider too. The chemistry and just the way that you play together. I never thought about that, but wow, very insightful.
There's so much that goes into music. It's all the little things.
Right. That's all I've written, but I also just had some other ones. Like, okay, what piano do you currently have at home that you practice with? And has this been the piano you've had your whole life at home?
Yes. It is a Yamaha upright. I don't know what version. I wish I had a grand.
Oh, the actual big ones, right?
I want a grand.
Girl, you deserve a grand piano.
We don't have the space for it, unfortunately.
So yours is just on your wall, against the wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what has been your favorite piano to perform with on stage? Is there one piano that you performed with that was I love this, I need this in my house in the future? Or
if you can fit a concert grand in your house.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the schools, are the Steinway that I played on. It's a beautiful piano. Yeah. Can't ask for anything better. That piano, you literally can't sound bad. You can't blame the piano. A lot of pianists will make mistakes or whatever. It's the piano's fault.
Literally.
Because it's not our instrument, right? We, maybe got used to it maybe 2 hours before there was a concert. It's the piano's fault. You can't do that with the school's piano. It's too beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
Would you say that would be your dream piano if you were to move out and have your own grand?
If I could have a concert grand in my house, sure, yes. Imagine having a Steinway in my house.
That's crazy.
I think more realistically, just having a Yamaha C2, C3 grand. That's 5.8 inches, 6 foot. No, yeah, not 5.8. Sorry, 5'8" or 6'1" inches in terms of the string length. That would be the ideal. Yeah.
Okay, just wait a couple years, guys. Hilary will have her dream piano.
I don't know.
Listen to this episode.
In this economy, too,
True.
It's really expensive. Do you know how much they are?
Probably thousands of dollars.
60,000 at least. They cost more than a car.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? I think in God's will, He will provide you with one. I hope and pray that you get your dream piano, because if anything in this life, you deserve an amazing piano in your house that you can play with all day, every day. Invite me over. I'll listen to you play. I'll move the piano into your house with you. I will be there for you.
I'll hold you to that.
This kind of goes back to the hardships of piano, but when you were doing lessons, I personally had really hard times processing, because I was always a really good student. In levels 1 to 3, I would get A+. My teacher would always praise me. But in level 5, when I started to get really burnt out, and I remember in my grade 5 exam, I did really bad, and it really hit me. And I also just found myself getting more and more like really constructive criticism, like critiques on the way I played, and started getting not A's on my little, notes that she would give me.
Yeah.
So every time you got a critique like that, or a bad mark, or you didn't do well on an exam, how did you deal with it? And did it ever affect you, and how did you deal with it?
I think I always had a good mindset when it came to critiques. I always took things like, okay, it's good advice. It's not putting me down. It's just, it's supposed to help me improve. I think even my recital afterwards, I asked my friends, they're like, oh, it's so good. I'm like, okay, good. Now criticism, come on. Critical criticism.
You want it.
Yeah, I want to know constructive criticism. I always want to know what I can improve better. That's always my mindset. There's always something that can go better.
Yeah.
Of course, you give the space to celebrate. Wow, I did that. I did so well, but it's also very healthy to take a step back. Also, like, what could I have done better? Yeah. I've never looked at criticism as a discouragement. Depends on the level of criticism too. If it's straight up like, you suck, then like that's different.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism, I always look at it as advice or what will help me improve.
Yeah, also like adding on to that, if it's someone professional giving you constructive criticism, then it's obviously coming from, their best intentions. Like, it's, if anything, it's a blessing being able to receive criticism from people that are much more
That's the other thing. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Another question I had actually was, how like, how you quit level 10 or like how were you about to quit level 5, level 10, but how you said your mom kind of like brought you back into it, Miss Rammer brought you back into it. So even though you were so drained from it, like what made you come back to it other than their their words of encouragement? But like it takes a lot for someone to really step foot back into what made them drained. So like what made you come back into it and pursue it even in university, right? So
yeah. I think once Ms. Reimer told me, a collaborative degree is possible, right? And I was like, really? And then I looked at the requirements and like, ideally you should have ARCT. I think that's kind of what motivated me. I was like, well, if I want to get into this music program, I probably should have my associate diploma. So that lit the fire in me to go back and just face any challenges I had or the burdens that came with it, and I just pushed through.
Love it.
Yeah.
She pushed all the way through. Have you ever composed your own song?
No, but I've technically yes and no. Like my compositions will never see the light of day. No. They were all like class assignments.
Okay.
I've never actually composed, but for class, there were times where we had to compose something. The last one that I did recently, actually, it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
But I'm not a composer. No. That is another level of talent. The brains to come up with stuff like that, I don't have. The inspiration for music is just, it comes from something, and then like I internalize it and I perform it. It's another thing to be inspired and then create my own music.
Yeah.
That's a whole other talent I respect and I don't have.
Yeah, again, for you, it's the collaborative aspect, right? On that note, where do you see yourself playing for the future?
Right now, since I'm graduating, a lot of people around me, I see people jump straight into masters, or their plan is to, get up to a doctorate degree, so they do masters and doctorate. I'm putting a pause. I'm going to see how much work I can do in this industry. Because, again, it is not a stable industry. Really, I felt like I kind of had a foot in the door this past year, where I started getting jobs and I started to have to reject things because I was like, I don't have time. I'm still a student. So I want to see how many opportunities I can get now that I'm not in school. And see how much I can handle, see how much, whether it's possible to make a living off of the career that I want to do, which would stem from different streams. Teaching is obviously the most stable, so I'll definitely be teaching. I'm actually quite excited to go back to teaching again. I would say go back. Sorry, I didn't stop. I just took a pause because I had to do my grad recital, and I took like 3-4 weeks off. So I'm excited to see my students again and grow as a music teacher and improve in that area. I also want to, I'm going to re-sign with Richmond Singers for the coming term. And so I'll be choral accompanying. I hope to be able to sign with more organizations and do more choral accompanying. Again, just seeing how many opportunities I can get.
Yeah.
If anybody needs a pianist, please.
I had to pitch myself. Literally, no, this is all of yours. This is a whole pitch for you.
If anybody needs a pianist, please, I'm available.
She's right here. But yeah, so much aligned for you. So many things in store for you. And I'm so excited.
Thank you.
For you.
Oh, and freelance accompanying. We'll see how much I can do.
Beautiful. Yeah. She also has a public Instagram account, so you guys can reach out to her through there. I'll link it definitely on my description.
At Hilary Jung Piano.
Perfect. And you did say you had a story time. Little story you said.
Well, it's not really related to everything at this point because we're should I still include it?
Yeah, go for it.
I got injured last year. Yeah.
Okay, please dive into that. What does that entail?
What had happened was, okay, so in school, we are also told, like, physical exercise is really important. Keeping your body healthy is really important. As a pianist, we sit there. You need a strong core to sit straight and have good posture. So you need to exercise. You should have a strong core. Okay? Okay. So, and I don't really exercise. But then I was like, okay, if I want a strong core and if I want to improve my posture, because I have such a bad habit of slouching too. I hate it. But I'm like, I need to fix my posture.
I'm trying to fix mine right now too.
I know. When I'm performing, I want to sit up straight. I don't want to be like this. I want to sit up straight.
Yeah.
So I should go back to the gym. I should, start, working out my core. And at the time, my friends were also getting into the gym. So I was like, oh, can I come with you? I have no idea how to exercise. Like, teach me. I'll just do whatever you're doing. And at the time, my friend, she was more focused on muscle growth. And building muscle. And I was like, sure, I'll do that too. I'll just do whatever you're doing because I'm a really weak person. I can't even open a plastic water bottle.
Oh no.
I'm really weak. You'd think I have strong arms and strong fingers because I'm a pianist. For some reason, I'm really weak.
Oh.
Okay? We are exercising, right? And the weeks go by, and I started off with like 5-pound bicep curls. We get up to like 7.5 or 8 or something, and then we get up to 10. And then I strained this muscle.
Oh no.
This was, I think, 2 months before my third year recital.
Oh.
2-3 months? Something like that. That's concerning.
Yeah. Yeah. You're using that to play.
Couple months before my recital, I suffered a strain injury, and I couldn't practice.
Oh no.
I ended up healing and well enough to play my third year recital, but it was a scary time.
Oh, I bet.
Because I need my arms to play.
Yeah.
Musicians are also, in a way, athletes.
Yeah, definitely.
We have to watch our bodies.
Definitely.
We have to watch what we eat before the recital.
Yeah.
We have to all of that stuff. It's definitely a sport, performing.
Definitely.
Yeah, taught me to be more careful about exercising. My body, I can't exercise. It's weird. I exercise and something goes wrong. Because, I was walking the treadmill, and I guess I didn't learn to stretch enough. But even with stretching, my calves are really weak. So I'll get, my calves will seize up. That's happened a lot throughout my life. They'll seize and then stay tight, too. So, I can't even walk sometimes.
Oh, my gosh.
And then my hips are unaligned. So I have, and then my back, something's wrong with my back. So I have, a little bit of scoliosis. But, when I work out, do you know, cable kickbacks?
Yeah.
If I work out my right leg, it'll work out my right butt. If I work out my left leg, it'll work out my right butt.
What? I guess we're just not built for exercise. We can't have it all, I guess. We cannot. But yeah, during that time, did you practice at all then? Or
I had to learn to mental practice.
Wow.
So you sit there with your score and you listen to music or you listen to recordings. No piano. I could practice with my right, but basically you learn to practice without the piano.
Wow. but I'm glad that you went through it. I think like adding so much experience too, it also builds you up as a stronger pianist, all these experiences. But yeah.
I had to go through that time. And now I know how to mental practice, or strategies too, at least.
And that adds just to a better, stronger pianist that you can adapt through situations and hardships. And yeah, so that aligns with work-life balance, you'd say, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, as a musician, it's really important to learn to exercise and make time to exercise, and also make time for your hobbies alongside your work.
Yeah, like adding on to that, right? Like athletes and playing instruments, it's also a very much mental thing too, right? If you were to also give any advice to aspiring pianists or future pianists out there, for beginners or anyone feeling doubtful in their journey, what would you tell them?
For students and beginners, you want to play piano for fun. And you want to enjoy the music and enjoy the process of creating music. That's really where most people who enjoy the process of making music, that's the ones that usually stay and love music at this deep level. Advice for beginners, to just like follow your passions. Play the music you want to play. Love music with all your heart. Give yourself the allowance to explore, express. Yeah, don't read off of the score like it's just the score. It's got a lot of meaning between the lines. For people like me, career, know that turning your hobby into career, I really honestly, like at the time, I think my dad gave me this advice. He was like, you need to understand, turning your passion to career, like, it's not going to be a hobby anymore. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Of course it's always going to be a hobby. Oh, no. When you put your passion as your career and you got to make that your living, it's really different, honestly.
Yeah.
You have to learn to dissociate that aspect to your passion, and also be able to learn to step away from it. Music is not everything. Music is everything, but music is also not everything.
Yeah. It's to balance that mindset, right?
Right? There's so much more to life too.
Yeah.
Some people get lost in like piano practicing. Like, step outside of the practice room.
Yeah.
Go meet friends. Go walk in nature. There's so much healing in that too.
Otherwise, you will go insane.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
The next part was like actual practical advice. So how to memorize songs, and how do you like memorize songs without reading, like sight reading? Practical piano advice.
Oh, I can give advice on memory. Because as a pianist, musicians in general, when performances, memory slips happen all the time. Listen, if you make a memory slip, you're good. It's okay. Everybody has them all the time. If you want to practice memory slips, though, how to not have them, first of all, you got to play through your rep, make those mistakes, circle those memory slips, because there's a reason why there's a memory slip. It's not like, oh, I just had a memory slip. It's just a one-time thing. It'll happen again and again and again. It's going to keep happening until you actually fix it. And new memory slips will pop up too. So it's kind of like a whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
But you got to learn to fix those memory slips by either... theory training is really important here, because... a lot of the times your memory might just... people, like, when you learn pieces, you'll learn the melody. You'll remember the melody. You don't remember the harmony. A lot of memory slips happen in students and in performers just because you remember the melody, but you just forget what's going on in the left hand. You don't remember the harmonic progressions. So doing harmonic analysis always helps with memory. I had one piece where it was just a pattern and I kept forgetting the pattern, and my professor goes, okay, just repeat this. Upper neighbor, lower neighbor, upper neighbor, lower neighbor, lower neighbor, upper neighbor. And then and then I never forgot about it again.
Wow.
I never made a mistake in performance. Reciting things out loud, too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, even like memorizing the basic note structure, I used FACE, like face. I think that was also really helpful for me.
Oh, if we're talking about like note identification and reading, for that I just practice.
Yeah, practice.
The more you do it, the better it'll get.
Any shout outs, people you want to thank?
Oh, there's so many people to thank.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents, for sure. They, financially supported me through this entire journey. Yeah, they've given me everything. God first, actually. God first. I wouldn't be here without the gifts he's given me and the blessings and the opportunities. And then my parents, all my teachers who've gotten me up to this point. Miss Reimer really played a huge part in my career. She doesn't know that, or she might know that.
I think she is. She really did push you to pursue. Wow, that's crazy.
I wouldn't be here without Ms. Reimer, honestly. And Miss Shepherd, too. Actually, so Miss Shepherd is my grade 7 teacher. Also my mom's friend. My friend's mom. Sorry. She's my friend's mom and also my grade 7 teacher and also our choir instructor, teacher in our elementary school at that time. She was the one who put me on the piano for playing for choirs.
Wow.
She was like, I think it was like rehearsal. She's like, do you want to play for choir? Like, do you want to be the pianist? And I was like, sure. And at the time, I don't know what made me say yes. I was just like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I was just happy to do it. And if that didn't happen, that feeling of joy I would have never felt. And I would have never gotten up to here. Same thing for choir in high school. If I had not... The other thing, too, Ms. Reimer put me on the piano, and I don't even know how that happened.
Right. Wait, I never asked that either. Like, how did that... Did she just know you played, or did you ask?
She didn't. That's the thing. I still... It's a very distant memory now. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I might have played piano, and she's noticed that, and she's like, do you want to be our pianist? I don't remember how it started, but I remember vaguely when I got... I was like, did Miss Shepherd and Miss Reimer talk? Like, did she tell her that I love playing for choir? But then I went back and asked, and they said they never talked. So then I was like,
wow.
I don't know how that happened.
It's crazy.
So shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Wow. They mean a lot to me. And all my private instructors, Dr. Fung and Dr. Wong and Dr. Wang, the professors at my recital too. All the professors at school. Oh my goodness. Every single one of them. They've done so much for me. And friends.
Oh, and friends.
And friends. Every single friend I've made at school and all my musician friends. I love every single one of them.
Yeah.
And all the people. There's so many people to thank. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
This is such an honor.
I'm so honored to have you here. Again, dream guest from a very long time. I never knew that, from high school, I would see her standing on the risers, seeing her play for us in the choir room, to you being in my room right beside me and sharing your journey. This is so full circle, and I'm just so grateful to have you in my life now. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the pepero. I'll be munching on this later.
I hope you enjoy it.
I also do have a gift for you as well, so you can stay right there. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I give these to all my guests.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, I hope that you have an amazing rest of your future endeavors in this industry. You're going to be amazing. You've always been so talented. I always hope that you are aligned with God and that He blesses you with so many more wonderful things.
Thank you.
And yeah, for you guys listening, I hope you took something meaningful away from this episode. Follow your dreams, follow your passions, and yeah, just stay true to who you are. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye!